Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Tuesday, 28th of June 2016. This is Edward Dedas Devasagayam Pillai with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline of the Daily Mirror says, Sajjan remanded till July 5. Former UPFA MP Sajjan D. Was Gunawardena, arrested by the CID on charges of forcibly obtaining 30 million rupees from a company owner, was remanded till July 5 when he was produced before Colombo Chief Magistrate Jihan Pilapitiya yesterday. Police Media Division Acting Director SSP Priyanda Jayakudi said, company owner Krishna Selvanandan had in his complaint to the CID said Mr. Gunawardena had obtained the money by force. Mr. Gunawardena was earlier arrested on charges of misusing vehicles belonging to the Presidential Secretariat. And the highlight says, Sarath Fonseca UNP to join on Thursday. Democratic Party leader and Minister Sarath Fonseca is expected to obtain United National Party membership on Thursday. Democratic Party sources who confirmed the report said the Field Marshal would explain the situation to his party members on the same day. UNHR chief to update give on progress made by Sri Lanka on UNHRC resolution. UN Human Rights High Commissioner Zaid Rad Al Hussein will update the UNHRC tomorrow on the progress made by Sri Lanka government in implementing the resolution adopted by the Council. Government to expedite signing of ECTA. The government has decided to expedite the signing of the proposed economic and technology cooperation agreement with India in the wake of the decision by Britain to exit the European Union, sources from the Premier's office said yesterday. Life expectancy of Sri Lanka increases. Life expectancy for both males and females had increased since 2012 compared to 2001, the Department of Census and Statistics said yesterday. The department said it had published the life tables for Sri Lanka for 2011 to 2013, and these tables were used to get an idea about the life expectancy of population in the country. Second, let's move to Daily News. The main headline says, Sajjan remanded. Forced businessman to write 610 million rupees checks. Former parliamentarian Sajjan D. Was Gunawardena arrested on charge of forcibly getting a businessman to write checks to the tune of 610 million rupees was yesterday ordered to be remanded till July 5 by the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court. Thebara Perama assaults hotel employee. Internal Affairs, Wayampa Development, Cultural Affairs Deputy Minister Palitha Thebara Perama assaulted an employee at a hotel in Devata, Galle on Sunday afternoon. Sources said the Deputy Minister used foul language when assaulting the man. Another highlight says, FCID officials receive death threats. Many Financial Crimes Investigation Division officials engaged in investigations into alleged frauds of public officers and politicians during the previous regime have received death threats, informed police sources said. Mano wants details of all land in Colombo, North and Central. National Coexistence Dialogue and Official Languages Minister Mano Ganeshan asked the Colombo Divisional Secretariat to collect accurate details of the lands that belong to the Urban Development Authority, National Housing Development Authority, Ports Authority, Colombo Municipal Council, Provincial Council and the lands that are not being used in the Colombo North and Colombo Central electorates. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. Lasantha Wickrematunge murder case. Court allows CID to obtain expert opinion. Check whether handwriting changed. Mount Lavinia Magistrate and Additional District Judge Mohammed Sabdin yesterday allowed the CID to seek a report from a government handwriting expert to figure out whether the handwriting in certain books related to initial inquiries in the Lasantha Wickrematunge murder case had been changed. He also allowed the CID to seek detailed report related to an account maintained in a state bank at Nuwara by a suspect in the case. LTTE attempt on his life. Gotabaya gives evidence in High Court. Former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday gave evidence before the Colombo High Court in the case where he was targeted by an LTTE suicide bomber at Pittala Junction in Colombo 3 over 10 years ago. The former Defence Secretary gave evidence for more than 2 hours on the incident which took place on 1 December 2006. Gotabaya to Hettiarachchi, don't take away my military escort. Former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday said he had requested Defence Secretary Karunasena Hettiarachchi not to reduce the military escort provided to him as part of his security detail and instead to allow him to continue with it. Rajapaksa was speaking to reporters outside the Colombo High Court after giving evidence in the case related to the attempt on his life by an LTTE suicide cadre at the Pittala Junction 10 years ago. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to other newspaper highlights.